Okay, so now we're in 3.3. And in this particular section, we're going to be talking about data structures. Now, it's important that you pay attention to this particular section because it's not a long section. But if you're new to programming, you're probably going to gloss over this information. So I just want to point out a few things. So let's get into it. 3.3 collections. Okay, so let's get into the curriculum. Here in 3.3 collections, 3.3.1 data structures. This is something that I definitely want to point out to you because um, a lot of you are going to see this information. And if you're in the Launch Code program, our goal is to help you find employment. This is a free service. So even if you're not in the Launch Code program, hit me up in our Discord channel, become a part of it, and I can give you links and information so you can become a part of the Launch Code family and go through the process. But understand something here. We're helping you to get your foot in the door for employment. This program is totally free, and we want to see you succeed. But one thing you have to understand is you may learn a lot through us, but you're not a junior developer yet. The goal is to get your foot in the door with an employer who understands that you are in an apprenticeship program. We're just getting you there. They're going to take you to the next level. But one of the things I want you to continue to learn and understand is data structure. Right here in 3.1, we're introducing it to you, but we kind of glossing over it. And so I want to emphasize that you take the time to put effort into understanding what data structures are. Every paradigm has data structure. They have a structure to it. You need to understand how it works so that you can just give yourself that confidence when you're going into these interviews and trying to land your first job. So here, data structure lets us hold on to lots of data in a single place. It is a programming construct to aggregate lots of values into one value. Many types of data structures exist in various languages. A few examples are lists, dictionaries, arrays, and tuples, etc. Now, one of the things I want you to see is that I'm going to give you a link to Wikipedia to help you understand data structures. So here, let's look at this link. This is according to Wikipedia. Data structure. For other uses, see data structure. Here's some links there that I highly recommend that you check out. And here it gives you a kind of definition of it. It kind of breaks down the usage, the implementations, and some examples and language support. So take the time to go through this document and read it. It's a good tool to have in your tool chest. So let's go back over here to the curriculum. So 3.3.2 Java Collections Framework. Java provides powerful and flexible structures to store data known as collections. This is what this whole chapter is about. The Java Collections Framework refers to the various interfaces the language provides for implementing collections type. Look at the connection interfaces. Here, we'll discuss a collection called array list and compare it to the array class. We'll then introduce a third collection type called hash map. These three collection types will be sufficient for our basic Java needs. For more to refer to the official Java documentation on collections. So when you click on there and we go over here to the documentation, class collections, go through this documentation. It's so important. Don't sleep on this. Go through this documentation It's going to give you some help you give you some understanding. That doesn't mean you're going to fully understand this. It's a process. But you need to know where you can find information. And it's always good to have the documentation. That's your best line of defense. The original documentation from the actual company that takes care of the language. Like for Java, it's Oracle. They have the best documentation. So definitely keep this bookmarked and keep it in your tool chest and refer back to it, read it, and get an understanding. You may have to go over it a few times, but that's okay. The more you go over it, the more you're going to begin to understand. All right, so let's get back to the curriculum. Here in 3.3.3, Gradebook, 3 ways. We'll explore collections in Java by looking at different versions of the same program. The program functions as a gradebook, allowing a user, a professor or teacher, to enter the class roster for a course, along with each student's grade. It then prints the class roster along with the average grade. In each variation of this program, the grading system could be anything numeric, such as a 0.0 to 4.0 point scale, or a 0 to 100 percentage scale. A test run of the program might yield the following. So here's some information. Enter your students or enter to finish. We have Chris, Jesse, Sally, and it goes through and breaks this information down for them. Now we'll look at the grade book using array list first. Okay, so we've gone through this small section, and I really want to emphasize to you about data structure. Get in your mind that you need to learn how it works. Go deep into those little small nuances of this particular programming language to understand how this works. So that means you got to use other things that's going to help you understand it, other tools, other information. We're giving you that information. Make sure you take the time to read it and go over it. Okay, so that's the end of this particular video. Now, remember, the more you practice, the more you improve. All right, I'll see you in the next one.